Hey guys, it's Text Structure Review Day. I hope you guys have had an awesome week and a good couple weeks learning at home. I can't believe it's already been 5 weeks since we have seen you. We miss you like crazy. This time apart has been insane, but hopefully we'll get to see you guys again soon. And I hope all of you are going to your Zoom meetings so you can have that connection with your classmates and your teacher. All right, today we're going to go through all 5 text features that we've learned so far in the last couple of weeks because you have an assessment tomorrow, your first test online. I hope you're excited. I also hope you guys have been paying attention and really trying hard on all the assignments we've been giving you. Okay, they've all been preparing you for this test that we've been teaching. All right, your test is going to be similar to the things that you're going to see if we were in class, okay? It's the same type of thing. You're going to have multiple choice, some short answers, and you will have an opportunity for a level 4, and I'll talk about that in a little bit as we review, okay? All right, let's get started. Real fast, let's talk about all 5 text structures. You have learned description, problem and solution, compare and contrast, cause and effect, and sequencing. Sequencing and chronological order are the same thing. So no matter which word I use today, just know that I'm talking about the same thing. Sometimes I bounce back and forth, all right? But they are the same, okay? The first one you guys learned a couple weeks ago was sequencing or chronological order. That is when the text is about an event and it's putting everything in order as it happened, or it's listing out steps on how to do something or how something has happened. Oftentimes we see words like first, second, third, next, then, after that, following, finally, okay? Those are some good keywords to be looking for. Okay, after that, you guys learned cause and effect. Cause and effect tells about an effect, okay, an event, and why that event happened, which is the cause. Remember that key word I gave you guys was because. Because gives you the cause of something. Our little picture of dominoes there, if one thing happens, it can cause another, which can cause another. Okay, so sometimes there's oftentimes more than one cause and effect. Signal words since, due to, as a result, the causes, therefore, okay. Compare and contrast, we learned last week. The text tells you about 2 or more things and how they're the same and how they're different. The word compare is how they're the same. Contrast tells you how they're different. Signal words, similar, unlike, same, alike, both. On the other hand, contrast, sometimes they use that word right there. Okay, so keep that in mind. There's our apple and orange right there in that picture. Problem and solution is when the text tells you about a problem and it offers 1 or more ways to solve that problem as your solution, okay? Oftentimes they'll use the word problem right there in the text, or they'll say something like, to solve this problem or as a solution, okay? Leads to, as a result, an issue is also a problem. So those are some keywords again. Description tells you about something by describing it, okay, or giving you examples. So basically, if it's talking about something and it's describing that object or that place, okay, and you know that it's not the other 4 things, you don't see a problem, there's not 2 or more things that it's comparing, one thing is not causing another, and it's not listing stuff, then description is usually your go-to for those things. Signal words are tricky for that one, such as, for instance, in addition, also, and specifically. Some of our examples today won't use those keywords, but I will describe how that text is being a description passage, okay? All right, let's get going here. Today we're going to have an entire passage that has 3 paragraphs in it. Each paragraph is written with a different text structure. It's kind of cool, but they're all blended together, okay? So this first one is called Winter Sports, Snowy Sports to Keep You Warm. I'm going to read all of the passages, and then I'm going to go back to each paragraph, and we're going to talk about what is the text structure and how do we know, okay? And I am going to be pointing out some things on how we know that that's the text structure. On your test tomorrow, you will have to know the text structure and provide evidence on how you know that that's the text structure. So I'm really putting emphasis on that today because that's the most important part of the level 3. Just identifying the text structure, guys, is only a level 2, okay? If you can tell me what the text structure is, awesome, you're at a level 2. But proving how you know that is going to take you to that level 3. And then at the end of this PowerPoint, we're going to talk about how you can achieve a level 4. Okay. All right, let's just get started. I'm going to read kind of speedy because I don't want you guys to be sitting here watching this all day. Okay. All right, paragraph A is our first one, and it's going to be right here, all the right gear. The next one is a chilly choice for everyone, paragraph B. And then down here is paragraph C, oh no, no snow. Okay. All right, I'm going to read it to you quickly, and then we'll go back and talk about each paragraph. Here we go. All the right gear. No matter what winter sport you participate in, you will need winter gear. Long johns, which are tight pants and shirts, help trap heat against your skin and are often worn under regular clothing. Fluffy winter jackets and snow pants are important if you're going to be in the snow for long. Heavy boots, a warm hat and gloves, and goggles are other winter staples. A chilly choice for everyone. People who live in cold climates know that there are several different winter sport choices. If you enjoy flying down hills at breakneck speeds, you'll need to choose between snowboarding and skiing. Both are winter sports where you move along snow with boards attached to your feet. While skiing, you'll have a ski attached to each foot and a pole for each hand. Snowboarding, on the other hand, uses only one board, which both feet are attached to. Skis and snowboards both require boots to buckle into. While you need a sloped hill to snowboard down, with skis, you can cross-country ski on snowy flat land. Your body's position will also be different depending on the sport you choose. Snowboarders ride down hills sideways, and skiers move straight ahead. Either sport is a thrilling winter activity. Oh no, no snow. Most ski and snowboard resorts open in mid-November. Sometimes, though, there is no snow for skiers and snowboarders to ride. When that happens, the resorts fire up their snow machines, called snow guns or cannons. If temperatures are cold enough, air and water can be combined to create artificial snow, and the snow problem will disappear under a pile of fresh white powder. Some ski resorts use the snow machines nightly until Mother Nature creates enough of her own snow. All right, so that was all three. You'll notice that all of them are talking about the snow and the winter sports. The gear you need, the two different sports that we looked at, and then what happens when there is no snow when the resorts want to open for those winter sports. Okay, so let's get in here. Paragraph A, all the right gear. As I read that paragraph, I was asking myself questions in my head. Okay, is there a problem in this paragraph? Am I comparing two things? Is there a cause that's affecting something else? Or is it describing something? Okay, or is it listing something in order of some sort? Okay, the only one that really popped in my head, and hopefully you guys think about it too. I'm going to give you a second to think about it. Okay, what text structure do you think paragraph A is? Okay, if you said description, you are totally right. Okay, so this passage right here, this paragraph in this passage is all about describing snow winter sport gear, okay, and the things that you need. It talks about long johns and describes them, jackets and snow pants and why you were going to need those, and then it just suggests other things that you can wear and use when you are out in the snow for these sports. I'm sorry I keep getting notifications on my computer, guys. Just ignore those. But so anyways, yes, this is description, okay? And our evidence is it's describing winter gear, okay? Describing winter gear. And an example of that would be right here. Long johns, which are tight pants and shirts, help trap heat against your skin and are often worn under regular clothing. There's one example. Okay, and then fluffy winter jackets can also be another example of describing your gear that you're going to want to wear during those sports. All right, so description, paragraph A. Paragraph B, man, this one was super simple as I was reading it to figure out what it is. Okay, it uses words like both. It also used the words like on the other hand, or it said something, where was the other one? Both. While, on the other hand, okay, either. Those are some action words, some keywords that I found in there. So this text structure is what? Okay, this text structure is compare and contrast. Okay, totally comparing and contrasting. What two sports are they comparing and contrasting? Well, snowboarding and skiing. Okay, snowboarding is one sport where they're using a board and that both feet are on one board. The other one is skiing, where they have two boards and each foot has its own board. Okay, those are some ways that they are the same and they are different. One you use poles, the other one you don't. Your body position is also different depending on that sport. One goes sideways, one goes down frontways. Okay, they're both winter sports. Alrighty, so I want you guys to make sure that you're paying attention to those keywords. Make sure you're paying attention to how things are different and how things are the same. This is completely compare and contrast. There's no problems in this one. It's not really, it's describing the two sports, but it's doing it in a way of comparing and contrasting them. Okay, so don't get confused between description and compare and contrast. This one is definitely comparing and contrasting two sports. All right, paragraph C. Oh no, no snow. Just the title kind of told me what this one was going to be, this text structure. So as I was reading this one, okay, right down here in these parentheses, I see no snow problem. That key right there is a really, really big clue as to what this text structure is. So what is the text structure of this paragraph that you thought of? Did you think problem and solution? Because if so, then you are right. Okay, so problem and solution is definitely in this one. The problem is they don't have snow when they're ready to open their resort in November. They can't not open their resort because that's how they make money. Okay, and people are ready to get out in the snow and start snowboarding and skiing and practicing those things. So instead of just not opening the resort and losing out on all that money opportunity, okay, they have something called a snow machine. That snow machine produces the snow, it's fake snow, for them to use on their mountain until, like it said at the bottom, Mother Nature creates enough snow on her own. So the solution would be that Mother Nature is eventually going to give them the snow that they need. Okay? Until then, they're going to use the snow machine. So the problem, no snow. The solution is Mother Nature is going to eventually give them all the snow that they need. Okay? All right. This is really similar to exactly what you're going to see on your page for your assignment today. You're going to tell me what the text structure is, and then you're going to figure out why it is that way. Alrighty, so make sure to think about those things as we are going. All right, we're going to do one more example together. This one is on wildfires. So I'm going to read these 3 paragraphs and this passage, and then I'm not going to talk as much for this one. We're just going to zip through it quickly, and I'm going to just stop after each paragraph and quickly just talk about what the text structure is and how we know that. All right, so wildfires, devastation by flame. Inside the flames. Although many wildfires occur in wild areas, such as forests and hills, they are called wildfires because they are uncontrolled and can destroy everything in their path. Depending on how large a wildfire is, it can even change a location's weather. On average, 1.2 million acres burn every year because of wildfires. Okay, so as I was reading this one, I started thinking that it was going to be a problem and a solution. The problem is wildfires. But then as I kept reading, there was no solution. Okay, so the problem is that wildfires can destroy things, but there's no solution. So this text structure is not problem and solution. Okay, this text structure is description. It is describing wildfires. It's talking about how they got their name wildfire. Okay, so description, it's describing a wildfire and the damage that it can cause. All right, B, the perfect combination. A train, a campfire, a match, leaves, and lightning. What do they all have in common? They can all cause a devastating wildfire. When conditions are ripe for a wildfire, meaning the temperature is hot and the air is dry, it does not take much to spark a fire. A spark from a train's friction with the track or smoldering embers from a leftover campfire can quickly turn into an out-of-control fire. Piles of leaves and other natural material can become so hot they combust and start a fire. Weather can also cause fires, with 10 to 20% of all lightning strikes causing fires. And finally, humans can cause fires, an accident or on purpose. with matches and other fire starters. Okay, all right. Text structure of this one, pretty simple. Right there in the second or third sentence, it says they can all cause a devastating wildfire. So text structure, cause and effect. The causes can all be different things. Trains, campfires, matches, leaves, and lightning. Okay, even humans can be the cause of wildfires. The effect is wildfires getting out of control and destroying a lot of things around them. All right, C, taming the beast. When a wildfire breaks out, there are several steps to stopping it before it can spread further, called wildfire suppression. First, teams attack the fire by applying fire retardant on flames and around unburned areas. This prevents the treated land from catching fire when the fire travels that direction. Then, firefighters on the ground fight fire with water by removing as much fuel as they can, like leaves, furniture, or anything else that may catch fire, and by digging trenches that flames can't jump. When the flames go out, firefighters mop up the land by cooling areas that are still smoldering. Okay, so this one, right there in the first sentence, says there are several steps to stopping it. Okay, this one is chronological order or sequencing, the steps to stopping it. Keywords, first, then, and then when the flames go out. Those are all steps. So chronological order is our last text structure. And those are the examples of why. All right, here we go. Level 4. Let's think about it because you will have an opportunity for this. All right. I am not going to tell you how to answer this correctly. If you are a level 4, this is going to have to come from you guys really thinking about this. All right. So look back at one of the paragraphs that we just went through. All right. Any of the 6 paragraphs that we just went through. Why do you think the author chose to structure their story in that way? All right, so in my head right now, I'm thinking about the steps to stop a wildfire. Why has the author made that in a chronological order way? Well, because it's steps, right? It's the process we take in order to stop a wildfire. Now, why was it effective to use that structure? That's the tricky part. Okay, the word effective means how did it get the point that the author was trying to get to come across in the right way? All right, why was the author able to get that information out by using that text structure? So why was it effective to use that structure? Back to the wildfire one. All right, my example would be the author used chronological order because it's the steps to putting out a wildfire, and chronological order is steps. Why is it effective? Well, let's say there's a firefighter out in the world and they need to go put out a fire. Well, if they have those lists of steps, which they probably do when they start their job, then they'll be able to follow each step to know how to control the wildfire. All right. Now, note at the bottom, remember everything you've learned about text structure and its purpose for getting information conveyed. Okay. We've taught you all of these text structures, why authors use them, and what it looks like in a paragraph to get information out there. So as you're writing your level 4, just really think about it, okay? All right, today's assignment, read the passage on class notebook under this video, okay? It looks just like the ones we just went through. Determine the text structure of each passage as well as how you know that is the correct structure. I will provide some feedback at the bottom of the page to see if your guesses were correct, all right? Here you go again. You have a text structure test tomorrow. Do your best. Remember everything you've learned. Do it on your own, please, and write your answers in complete sentences. If we ask you how you know that's the text structure, make sure you're writing it in a complete sentence. Okay, that does matter on these reading tests, all right? Okay, guys, so that's all we have today. I know this was kind of a longer video for you guys to watch today, but hopefully that review really helped you. Read that passage that's underneath this video and really think about text structure today. Go back, review any of the videos you need to see, any of your work. Your teachers have graded them. They've provided feedback on those things. So really do your best on that, okay? We will see you guys soon, and just take care and try your hardest on your test tomorrow. All right, bye guys.